Learning Zilli Nishmas Ahuva by Yaakov Masech Me'ilah Perek Gimel Mishnah Dala Dishay Mizbeach HaPnimi VaHaMenoira Loinenim Veloy Moyalin. So, as a hakdama, the halacha is by Trumas Hadeshen, which is the ashes on the Mizbeach HaPnimi that was in the middle, and every morning they would take out from those ashes and put it on the eastern side of the ramp, and it would be nivla bekarkoi. The pasuk says, "V'samoi eital hamizbeach," and we learn out from there that Trumas Hadeshen is an exception, one of the few exceptions where even though it's nasas mitzvasai, it's still moyal in boy. Or al kopanim, according to one sheet in the Rishonim, the Ritzbah, in Taisus in Yuma, there's the Isser Daraisa of Hana. So our Gemara starts off saying that it's because of that makes sense that the ashes from the Mizbeach HaChitzon, it was Toin Geniza that you have to put it over there. But the Mizbeach HaPnimi and the Menorah, which also had ashes, it's Mavur from our Mishnah that also you had to put it there. Rashi learns really from the next line in the Mishnah, and the Gemara says, what's the Mekar over there that you had to put it there? So the Gemara learns a Mekar from Mizbeach HaPnimi, from the extra word Hadeshen, from Menorah, because it says Hadeshen instead of Deshen. So our Mishnah over here is telling us that before it goes in that area, there's no Me'ilah Midaraisa, but yet, as Leinani, you can't have Hana. But Zak the Mishnah will translate this like Rashi, Hamakdish Dishain Batchila. If after the Dishain was put already over there next to the Trumas Hadeshen, and Zak Rashi, Efsher Deloy Li Davik Boy, Lashon, the Gersa changes that the Trumas Hadeshen ashes are for sure going to get mixed up with the Mizbeach HaPnimi and Menorah ashes, then Moyalim Ba. That's the way Rashi teaches these first two lines in the Mishnah. Taisvus teaches Hamakdish Disha Mizbeach HaPnimi is that we're talking about a person that took from the Trumas Hadeshen, and after he took it out, where now it's Mutter Bahana, Higdisha, he was Makdish it, and the Chiddush is that Hekdish is Chal, and Moyalim Ba, that there's going to be Me'ilah on it. The Mishnah ends off, Toirin Shalo Higi Azmanan, Ubnei Yonin Sha'aver Azmanan. We know that Toirin are the older birds, and Bnei Yonin are Dafka from the younger birds of Bnei Yoina. So if it's after that time or before that time, so then, according to Tanakama, is Loinenim Veloy Moyalin, because it's not Chazi for Hektish. And the Gemara is Mavur more than that by Oifes, Kimendei Mum Paisel by Oifes, Ein Oifes Pigeon, so you're not going to be able to be Paide, and therefore it's impossible to use this anymore for any relation to the Mizbeach, and therefore there's no Me'ilah. However, Reb Shimon argues, and Reb Shimon says, Toirin Shali Yigiyaz Mana Moyalim Bahen. He agrees to Bnei Yoina, but by Toirin, since in the future eventually they will be Roy, so as the Gemara says, Reb Shimon's L'shitasai from what he says in Zvachim, that Kol HaRoy La'achar Zman, it has a shaykhus to the Kedushas HaMizbeach still, and therefore there would be Me'ilah. Mishnah Hey, Chalav HaMugdashin, the milk of an animal of Hegdish, Ubeye Toirin, and the eggs of a tar bird that was Hegdish. So the milk and the eggs are not Roy L'Kodshei Mizbeach, and therefore Loinenin Veloy Moyalin, again there is no Me'ilah. Taisvus says the Kasha that the eggs we find no shaykhus that there should ever be any isser in it, and therefore I understand there's no isser. But chalav hamigdashim, we do find that the milk of psuli hamigdashim are aser. So Taisus answers two terutzim. The first teretz is that's nafka, that it's aser to milk it. They learn out tizbach v'legiza, the aser ligzais, but the chalav itself is mutter, just like the shearings itself would be mutter of psuli hamigdashim. Taisus' second teretz is that even though it's aser, is a musig of the chalav being aser, but since it's not roy lavayim mizbeach, it's not considered kodshei Hashem, and there would be no me'ilah, and also the chiyas of the animal is not tali in it, that it should be considered part of the guf and the animal, and therefore there is no me'ilah. Gemara says, "B'medvar murim b'kodshei mizbeach, but kodshei bedek habayis." By bedek habayis, it could have a kedusha for bedek habayis that you could sell it and use it to clean the Beis Hamikdash. So therefore, higdish tarnagayos moyalim ba ube beyatza chamar moyalim ba ube chelba. So then the eggs and the chalav will have me'ilah on it. The Gemara says that chsurim echsav achakatani, that really huadin by kedushas haguf The only issue when there's no Me'ilah is only if you were Makdish Kedushas Haguf L'gam Mizbeach. But if you were Makdish Kedushas Domim L'gam Mizbeach, then it would be as if you were Makdish L'bedek Habayis, and there would be Me'ilah.